Hey guys, today I want to dive into the world of second generation girl groups and answer the question, could they make it if they debuted today? We'll talk about a few iconic groups, how they'd stack up in the current industry, and whether they'd soar or struggle in 2024's K-pop scene. Before we jump into specific groups, let's set the scene. Second generation K-pop was all about catchy hooks, iconic dances, and visuals that set trends across Asia. This era, roughly from 2007 to 2014, brought us some of the most memorable girl groups, each with their own unique style. But times have changed, and today's scene is far more competitive, with a huge emphasis on global appeal, viral challenges, and streaming. So the question is, could these second generation groups thrive in 2024? Let's start with one of the biggest names in second generation girl groups, Girls' Generation, aka SNSD. They were always known as the nation's girl group in Korea, and brought unforgettable hits like G and Genie. One of my personal favorites was O, but that's a controversial take. If they debuted today, they'd probably still be popular for a few reasons. Girls' Generation had a polished, versatile image that could easily match the strong branding of today's groups. They adapted to everything from cute to mature concepts while they were promoting, which is in line with what multi-concept groups do now, groups like Twice. Girls' Generation's members had strong vocals and performance skills, which would resonate in today's competitive talent-focused market, but at the same time, their visuals were also top tier. The issue they might face would be that the K-pop market's more saturated now, and new concepts drop every month, so their classic girlfriend vibe might need updating to match today's edgier or more experimental trends. Still, with their performance skills and visuals, plus their inevitably catchy hooks, like we saw in songs like G, would allow them to succeed today. Next up we have 2NE1, the girl group that basically owned the girl crush concept before it even had a name. 2NE1 was known for their fierce, unapologetic vibe and powerful music, and with songs like I Don't Care and I'm the Best, they really stood out from their peers at the time. They weren't afraid to be edgy in a time when no one else was. 2NE1 could still stand out today because the girl crush and edgy concepts are actually really popular today, as we can see with groups like Blackpink and Baby Monster. Their style was groundbreaking, and they'd probably thrive in today's scene that loves bold and empowering concepts. One thing that a modern 2NE1 might have an issue with is that they were never known to be the perfect looking idols. They each had their own unique style, but in today's K-pop landscape, the aesthetics and visuals of every member are always perfected, to a point where they might struggle to compete. Additionally, at the time when they were popular, dances were a lot less complicated, so we'd need to see whether members that have less dance experience would be able to keep up with the high skill level that we see today. Now, how about Wonder Girls? That's a throwback. Famous for hits like Tell Me, So Hot, and Nobody, Wonder Girls were K-pop pioneers, even being the first to take on the American market in the late 2000s. Wonder Girls experimented with a retro sound, and these days, there are a lot of throwback songs. With groups like NewJeans taking on the Y2K trend, it shows that retro concepts can still go viral. So if doing something extra retro and nostalgic, throwing it back even further, might be a fresh concept for 2024. In their later years, Wonder Girls actually came back as a band, which shows that they have a lot of solid performing experience and musical talent. But at the same time, in a similar way to 2NE1, they never focused on hardcore dancing, and that might be something that they would struggle to keep up with today. Another potential issue is that the retro concepts that they took on at the time aren't as trendy as they are now. There's a reason most of the newer girl groups are throwing back to the 2000s, because it's very trendy, so if they're doing more of an old school retro, that might not be what people want to see. Although these trends always come in a cycle, so who knows what might come next. Now let's talk about Kara, the queens of catchy tunes like Mister and Step. They weren't just big in Korea, but all across Japan too, which is a thing that many people forget. Kara's appeal in Japan could work really well in today's globally connected market, and they always had super catchy dance moves that could go viral on TikTok, like the famous Mr. Hip Swing. They always had a very upbeat sound, which would be really good for providing danceable tracks for platforms like TikTok. One issue that Kara might deal with today is that a lot of their songs don't hold up to today's production standards. Their production almost had an outdated sound even when they are currently promoting. That means they would definitely have to switch up the production if they wanted to meet today's high standards. Now, last but not least is T-ara, or T-ara? People knew them for their addictive songs like Bo Peep Bo Peep and Roly Poly, so they were always expert at catchy hooks and concepts, and were one of the first to try their hands at more dramatic music videos. T-ara's concept versatility and storytelling could definitely resonate with today's fans. They often went for bold theatrical visuals, and I think that would be a major hit now. One major issue would be online promotions, where fan engagement is everything. And in the past few weeks, some of their previous scandals have re-emerged, which could definitely affect their image. So a serious PR team and brand management would be key to avoiding similar pitfalls and doing some serious damage control. So there you have it, top girl group from the second generation brought into the modern world. Let me know in the comments which of these groups you think would thrive the most in today's K-pop scene. Plus, if I missed any groups, let me know and we might do a part 2. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more K-pop content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.